In this video, we are going to discuss about social skills training in the context of ADHD. In one of the previous modules, we have already discussed that social functioning is often impaired in children and adults with ADHD, and we have covered some of the psychotherapeutic interventions that can be used to improve social functioning. However, in some situations, some of the social skills are not completely mastered, and it's going to be important to train and to teach them in the context of specific intervention. And this is what we call social skills training. In those trainings, we are going to try to improve the detection and the use of concrete social signals and to use them efficiently in the context of social interaction. We are also going to train some abilities that are often a challenge in the context of ADHD, such as turn-taking. And we are also going to train emotional control during social interaction and emotional regulation during social interaction. So in sum, the goal of these trainings are to improve socially appropriate behavior while decreasing inadequate behaviors. So typically, social skills training are conducted in a group setting. But why is the group particularly relevant for that? So first, it enables to simulate daily life social interaction. And it's also a very good way to increase the self-esteem of youth who participate to these trainings, because it is also an opportunity to encourage positive interaction with peers. And a last advantage is that it can decrease loneliness that is sometimes associated with the fact to encounter social difficulties in one's daily life by meeting people who have the same difficulties. So usually those social skills groups are conducted as weekly sessions with 2 therapists, and they are conducted over the course of 12 to 15 weeks, and they include typically between 4 and 6 adolescents. Usually in those sessions, the adolescents or the children are taught specific social skills really in a very informative way, so with informative materials such as videos or pictures. But what is really unique is the fact that we can conduct also role play with the teenager or the children, so that they can really live the social interaction or have a simulation of a real life interaction. After that, they can review their own performance, for example, through video feedback. So they can watch their own performance and they can review and try to find some alternative behaviors. In the group setting, we also use a lot of the modeling that we have discussed in one of the previous sequences. So for example, the 2 therapists, they conduct an interaction and they try to model the appropriate behavior that then the adolescent can copy. And throughout the groups, it's very important also to use a lot of positive reinforcement techniques so that the appropriate behaviors are increased during the context of the group. But when conducting a social skills training, it's important to have very clear and consistent rules for the group so that inappropriate behaviors are managed efficiently. It's also important to really use a lot of positive reinforcements, as we have previously discussed. So for example, with children, it's possible to use a token economy to improve the appropriate behaviors in the group setting. Usually, the recommendation is to use some tokens collectively to encourage cooperative behaviors within the group rather than individual rewards. So one can wonder whether those social skills training programs are efficient to improve social functioning in youth with ADHD. It should be noted that the quality of scientific evidence is rather low in this domain, but some of the studies that have been conducted show some improvements, but that tend to not generalize to the daily life functioning. So in the future, one of the options would be to combine social skills training program with other types of intervention to increase the generalization of the skills in daily life. For example, using a lot of intervention that are mediated through parents at home or through peers in the school setting. So in this video, we have discussed about social skills training in youth with ADHD, and we have reviewed the quality of the scientific evidence in this domain.